Welcome to the 11th instalment of Whoniverse database. If you're not already, then subscribe to ASJ Doctor Who for more content relating to your favourite sci-fi adventure series. This video is centred on the galactic war between the Rutan host and the Sontaran Empire. The Sontarans were a brutish race of soldiers and warriors that became a clone race upon the start of the war with the Rutans, a jellyfish-like species able to shapeshift. The war lasted for an unspecified amount of time, presumably anywhere between thousands to possibly millions of years, making it one of the longest and most widespread wars in the history of the universe, being waged across the entirety of said universe. It's unknown exactly when the war started, with multiple estimations given across the Doctor Who universe. The 10th Doctor said it began some 50,000 years before 2009. In the adventure game The Gunpowder Plot, a Sontaran by the name of Field Major Karsh also stated 50,000 years as the length of the war, but this was in the year 1605 as opposed to 2009. In this year, a Rutan disguised as Lady Winters gave an estimation of 10,000 years instead of 50,000, placing the start of the war around 8,395 BC. All these dates are still just unconfirmed speculation though. Despite the war being fought at almost every corner of the universe, there have been many instances where Sontarans and Rutan forces have visited Earth for reasons relating to their war effort. Lynx the Sontaran was shot down and crash landed on Earth in the 13th century, where he claimed the planet for the Sontaran Empire. Allying himself with Irongron and his castle folk, Lynx was able to kidnap scientists from the 20th century and bring them back to the Middle Ages to try and repair his pod. The third Doctor discovered Lynx's presence and fought to stop him changing the course of human history. In 1605, the Sontarans and Rutans met on Earth along with the 11th Doctor. There the two species were striving to obtain a doomsday weapon, each with the hope of wiping out the other race. The Doctor forced both armies to leave the planet with the threat of not knowing whose side would be killed by which of the two weapons. A Rutan scout arrived on Earth in the 20th century, where it besieged a lighthouse crew and refugees from a crashed boat. Aided by the 4th Doctor and Leela, the Rutans' plan to invade Earth and set up a beachhead for their final assault was stopped and the planet saved. Later on, in 1985, two Sontarans of the 9th Sontaran Battle Group teamed up with Joinson Dastari, a scientist working at Space Station Chimera, and two androgums, Shokai and Chesini, the latter being technologically augmented by Dastari to be a genius. Their plan was to capture the Doctor and discover the secret of time travel, with the Sontarans wanting to use time ships in their war with the Rutans, and Chesini wanting to utilise them to rule the cosmos. The two Sontarans, Styke and Val, were betrayed and killed by Chesini with chloronic acid canisters in the basement of a Spanish villa on Earth. A full-on Sontaran military campaign was undergone in 2009, wherein they attempted to convert the Earth into a clone breeding planet to increase the number of soldiers at the Empire's disposal. The 10th Doctor halted these plans, and the human genius Luke Rattigan destroyed the fleet and gave his life in the process. That's just a few occurrences where these two battle-hardened races have involved Earth in their galactic war, but please note that there's plenty more instances of Sontaran-Rutan incursion on the Earth. Stories where the Sontarans used Earth to their own ends but aren't connected to the war weren't mentioned in this video, such as the Sontaran experiment. But that was the episode of Whoniverse Database covering the Sontaran-Rutan war. Leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.